everyone, Lyra here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to discuss something that it's something you hear a lot about in the writing community, and that is the difference between a plotter versus a pantser. Now I kind of find the terms a little funny, particularly the word pantser, I guess. But basically, I just wanted to, talk about the differences between those and what they mean. And if you're new to the writing community or you're a new writer or whatever, you may hear those terms and be like, well, what do those exactly mean? So I thought I'd give like a little brief overview of what exactly they mean. So first, a plotter. A plotter is someone who, these are the outliners. These are the people who plot just every single detail of their book before they even start writing it. They have these detailed outlines. They, character A moves to point B, and just like all these really detailed sort of things. Whereas a pantser is more of someone who just kind of writes, well, by the seat of their pants. That's kind of where the term comes from. They just sit down and they just write and don't really worry about, all those minuscule little details at first. They just kind of do it and then they worry about it later. Now, I personally am a pantser. I tried to be a plotter for a while and it just did not work out for me. I'm just not very good at sitting down and plotting everything out and then writing. Because what happens with me is I tend to do that and then I get caught up in all the details and then I never actually get to the writing part of it. So I sort of just learned to sit down and just write and not worry about those minuscule little details until after I've gotten something written down. Then that's when you can go back and you can worry about those little details. I think it's important that you figure out which of these two that you are, because I think it really will, it's a part of your process. It's a part of, you actually getting your work done and you actually, getting your work out there into the universe. So I think it's important to recognize and discover which of these two that you are. So if you're a very detail-oriented person and you're very like, no, I need to know exactly what's going to happen when it's going to happen, then you are most likely a plotter. Although I am a very detail-oriented person, and like I said, I'm a pantser. So it really, everyone's different. It's really difficult to say this is what you are based on this, and this. But there are some general sort of like things you can follow. Like if you are more very list oriented, very detail oriented, then you might try giving plotting a try. And if you're more just like no, I need to get it out now, then you're probably a pantser. But what I really wanted to do was I wanted to, for those of us that are pantsers and for those of us who maybe have a bit of a harder time actually, getting those details in order, I wanted to maybe do a simple little outline that would possibly help at least get those thoughts and details in order so that when we do just sit down and write and then worry about the details later, we at least have a guideline to know what's going on. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to have your outline separated into 3 separate parts. You're going to have the beginning, the middle, and the end, the basic 3-act story structure. And then underneath each of your sections, you're going to have like subsections, like A, B, C. I typically only have like 3 subsections under each main section. And basically what you're going to be doing is you're just going to be labeling these like what you want to do in that particular section. So like A, I have here, I label it as introduce, the main character, and the main conflict, well, not the main conflict, but just the main character, and the environment, and then, underneath that you put 3 things that you want to do, in like 3 ways you introduce the character. Like you put down the name of the character, you put down how you're going to introduce that character, just basic things like that. And then after you introduce your main character and your environment, then you want to go to the main conflict, which is basically, your plot. This is what drives your plot forward. Then once you get to the middle, this is where you write down your inciting incident, which if the main conflict that you wrote up before is basically, this is what the plot is, the inciting incident is how the plot happens. Then after your inciting incident, then basically you have your section where things just get worse. Where basically everything goes wrong and the protagonist has to figure out how to solve this problem. And then, of course, at the end, you have your resolution, where the protagonist ends up solving the problem and happily ever after. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that a little outline made sense and that you can take it and use it and incorporate it into your writing process, your writing routine, and just see, where it takes you, see if it helps. Let me know in the comments if it does help, if if you learned something from this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever time of day you are watching this, and I will see you next time. Bye.